All the cowboys and robots and violence and sex, the show explores heavy themes of creation, consciousness, free will. The plot jumps between timelines, with flashbacks and visions mixed with mystery and metaphor. People turn out to be robots, robots turn out to be people, and it's confusing as all fuck, but there's cool ideas here, so let's work it out. What happens in Westworld, and what does it mean? The basic idea is that Westworld is like a theme park full of human-like robots called hosts. People can pay to visit as guests and live out a fantasy in the park. Many just drink and have sex and kill without consequence. The guns there shoot high-tech bullets that hurt the robots but can't kill humans. But there are also elaborate storylines the guests can join in on. Adventure, romance, and discovery across the massive space of the park. It's like a huge open-world video game where rich wankers come to play cowboy, and it's all run behind the scenes by a team of developers, engineers, and executives in this facility called the Mesa Hub. The control room monitors guests for safety, narrative develops new stories, manufacturing builds new hosts, behavior programs the hosts, and livestock endlessly repairs them. When the hosts get shot or killed, they come here to be patched up, reset, and put back in the park. The hosts live in loops, living the same day over and over, saying the same scripted lines, taking guests on the same stories, being abused and killed for entertainment. The hosts are meant to be mindless machines, but surprise, they start to become conscious people. Season 1 follows a few plot lines at once. There's Ford's grand plan amidst a corporate drama. There's the host Maeve trying to escape, and the man in black searching for the maze. And there's Dolores and William's story, which happens 30 years before the other plot lines. To make sense of all this, let's start at the very beginning. About 35 years before the main story, Westworld was started by two men, Robert Ford and Arnold Webber. They built robots so human-like that they could pass the Turing test. But Arnold didn't just want robots that seemed smart. He wanted to make them truly conscious, to be thinking, feeling people. He was into a theory called the bicameral mind, designing his robots to hear their programming as a voice in their head. Arnold hoped that their own voice would take over, and the hosts would become self-aware. Arnold originally imagined this journey to consciousness as like climbing a pyramid, but he later saw it as a journey inward, what he called a maze. This symbol is based on a real-world Native American concept. One of the first hosts was Dolores, and Arnold had a special relationship with her. Arnold's son Charlie had recently died, and Arnold saw Dolores as a sort of a new child, one who would never die. Arnold had secret conversations with Dolores, trying to help her become conscious. We see these scenes throughout Season 1. And eventually, Dolores solved Arnold's maze. She became conscious. So Arnold wanted to stop the plans to open the Westworld Park, because it'd be immoral to make conscious robots suffer for entertainment. But Arnold's partner Ford didn't agree that Dolores was conscious. He wanted to open Westworld anyway, so Arnold tried to stop all this with a massacre. He took code from a bad guy host they'd been designing called Wyatt and merged the character with Dolores. Arnold programmed her to go to the town of Escalante and to shoot down the hosts, and to kill Arnold. Ford would later recreate Arnold as the host Bernard. Bernard Lowe is an anagram of Arnold Webber, thus Bernarnold. But Arnold's massacre was a huge blow to the early Westworld. Ford did open the park anyway, but financially, early Westworld was just getting by. It only survived thanks to money from an investor, William. So, a few years after Arnold died and Westworld opened, William visits the park with Logan. Logan is the brother of Juliet, the woman who William is engaged to marry. Logan takes William to Westworld as a way to bond with his new brother-in-law, but it's also a business thing. Because William and Logan are both high-up executives in a company called Delos, which is thinking of increasing its investment in the early Westworld. Logan's been to Westworld before. He plays it as a black hat, enjoying violence and sex. But William's a white hat, more moral and sensitive, at least at first. William and Logan go on some storylines, and they meet the host, Dolores. Dolores has been wiped and reset since her awakening with Arnold, but she's starting to remember and become conscious again. William sees that there's something special about her, and they fall in love, which creates conflict with Logan, who treats it all as a game. When Dolores is separated from William, he becomes brutal in his quest to find her again. He starts to realize that deep down he likes violence and power. Beneath William's nice guy exterior, he's a violent monster. William gets rid of Logan and somehow discredits him so that William can take over the company, Delos, and he uses that power to invest in Westworld, saving it from the financial crisis caused by Arnold's massacre. And William continues his search for Dolores. When he finally finds her, she doesn't recognize him because she's been wiped and reset again, and this devastates William. Dolores was his glimpse at love, at something true and real, yet in the end, she doesn't even know him. It seems that this loss leads William to think that the only meaning in Westworld or in the real world is to fight and win. William embraces a dark new identity as the Man in Black, and for the next 30 years plays Westworld with brutality and violence. In the real world, William keeps playing a good guy. With Delos, he's a titan of industry, a philanthropist, a family man. He's married, presumably to Juliet, and has a daughter, Emily. But a year ago, Juliet apparently committed suicide because of William. He was never violent outside Westworld, but Emily and Juliet knew his true nature. So William lost his wife and his daughter rejected him. And instead of then maybe trying to be less of a dickhead, William decided to test just how evil he really was. He went into Westworld, found a random host family who happened to be Maeve and her daughter, and he killed them. He committed a truly evil act, and William felt nothing. So this seems to confirm that deep down, William truly is a monster, but it also revealed something else. When Maeve lost her daughter, she seemed alive for a moment, and revealed to William the maze. William saw that Arnold, decades ago, left code and clues in Westworld which led to some deeper meaning. And this became William's obsession, to find the final Easter egg or quest in this great video game, to find challenge